Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2022. Y'all, we are here. It almost seems like we blink and there's a new year. Maybe after the last couple of years, it seems like a few blinks and then the new year's here. But even acknowledging all of that, definitely wishing each and every one of you watching this under the sound of my voice a happy new year. We are a few days in to a new month, a new year, and I am celebrating each and every one of you, um, and celebrating myself even, specifically our beginning a new chapter. For those that don't know me, my name is Dayla Elliott. I am a certified health coach. You're watching a video on my YouTube channel, beginning of a new video series. My health coaching practice is called Health from Day to Day, which really just speaks to the fact that I'm most privileged and happy to be along with you on the ride and day-to-day journey of your well-being in all of its different facets, and making those different facets and their care preeminent, as many times that is not the case, as we tend to everything and everyone else in many ways and in many situations. We aren't so much at the top of that list. And so my job is to, and my privilege is to remind all of us that our well-being matters and how to tend to that on a regular, even a day-to-day basis. So I look forward to sharing more about myself. Thank you to those that have been with me for a minute. I'm excited to be sharing some information with you after a break, if you will. And for those that are with me for the first time, welcome. Definitely looking forward to getting to know you and you getting to know a little bit about me as well as we make our way through. This first video, in addition to it being an introduction to me, I more specifically wanted to be an introduction to the new video series, which really does speak to us being in a new year, but on a little bit of a different front and with a little bit of a different spin, if you will. Usually you're used to, at this time of year, hearing all kinds of things with the slogan or something related to it, mentioning a new year and that meaning a new you. And I don't knock that at all. I really do not. I think that being a part of our thought at the beginning of a new year is great. It's almost as if something within us innately responds to hope being instilled with the beginning of a new chapter starting. So it's tremendous if we go into a new year, a new beginning, having this type of thought that, man, whatever has happened up until this point, I always can begin afresh, and can make new steps. And so that's great. Sometimes, though, what happens along with that, maybe even the other side of the coin, if you will, is this thought about, okay, well, when is the other shoe going to drop, though? Like, I'm excited for the first few weeks concerning whatever goals, intentions, resolutions that I have set for my life and my way of doing and being. But if I'm looking back at any pattern, at some point, I eventually drop whatever it was that I picked up at the beginning of that new chapter previously. Well, typically what happens when we have that thought, which, especially if it's happened to us before, which for many of us it has, what can happen is that there's this narrative that starts in our person and in our mind more specifically, that eventually we won't be able to maintain what we have started. And how that can manifest itself is that we can start self-sabotaging. And so never mind that, the pace of our life, the responsibilities of our lives can cause some hurdles in and of themselves. But the story playing in our minds eventually can show forth in that we start doing things that damage our own efforts, if you will. And so thus, why this video series, and this video specifically being an introduction to breaking up with self-sabotage, how we can break up with self-sabotage in 2022. So that way, whatever we are stepping forward in, however big or however small, steps that we're making to start the year off, we can do so in a way that our efforts can be strengthened and maintained, rather than us starting off really strong but puckering out, maybe several days, a few weeks in, whatever the case might be. So once a week through the month of January, we might spill over into February, but at least once a week, what I'll be doing on Wednesdays is dropping a video concerning this topic and really how we can address it. This video series will really cover 3 main items to give you an idea of how it can be beneficial to you. Firstly, we're going to cover what is self-sabotage. Secondly, we're going to cover why do we partake in self-sabotaging ourselves. And then thirdly, and maybe most importantly, if you will, how to fight back against destructive behaviors and form healthy habits that really will strengthen and maintain our efforts, whatever they might be, as we step forward into this new chapter. So I definitely encourage you to follow the channel if you're not already doing so. Share this video with others that you think might benefit from it, which really, quite frankly, could be anybody. But if there are a couple of people that come to mind, I definitely encourage you to share and send the video that way. So that way, as I'm releasing each Wednesday at the middle of the week to help you strengthen your efforts in this new year, in this new month, in the middle of a week on hump day, which I think will help push you over just that, the hump, both of that week and your efforts in this month. I think it'll be a great start. So please let me know if you haven't already. If we don't know each other already, introduce yourself in the comments. I definitely would love to see who's joining us, tapping into this time. Otherwise, thank you so much for giving me a few minutes of your time. Again, Happy New Year, and let's ride.